Hey everybody, it's Zach with the Mighty Electron, back with another episode in the unrolling saga of Operation Highlander Tesla Switch, or Swap, or Switcheroo. I can't remember what word I used, but that one. I had a conversation with a friend the other day who is a Tesla owner. He owns a standard range Model 3, I want to say 2000. He bought it new, and so I was talking to him about it, and I was really excited. I said, "Hey, look, I'm getting close to making a purchase here. Tell me what your thoughts are. How do you like it? You know, I wanted to find out if you bought new, if you bought used, that kind of stuff." And he was just really confused. He was like, "Why would you buy used?" Super nice guy. Like, he wasn't trying to be a jerk. Super nice guy, but we're in a little bit of a different tax bracket, apparently. So, you know, as I was explaining to him my reasoning, I started thinking about it, and I started getting nervous. Like, oh my gosh, should I not buy a used one? Do I need to just wait a couple more years and just save up more money? Do I need to put more up front? All that kind of stuff. So I started really trying to break down, why am I buying used? And I wanted to share that with you. Let me know if you think that I'm missing something, or anybody else that's done research, or any owners or something. Please feel free to leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Okay, so first of all, let me start with the cons. Let me start with what I've been looking at, why I wouldn't want to buy used. I feel like the biggest reason why an individual wouldn't want to buy used, or at least, and let me say that differently. I feel like the biggest reason why an individual would want to buy, you know, within 2 years, I'll say, we'll call that new. Anything 2 years or newer is basically new. So why wouldn't you want to buy used? Biggest thing buying newer is the warranty. And that was one of his main arguments, is the warranty. Just getting little things fixed, the mobile repair. You know, he said, look, I haven't had anything major. It's a phenomenal car, but there was a little message on the screen. He calls the number, guy shows up a couple days later, fixes it, it's done. He doesn't even think about it. And that's a good reason to buy new. And then of course the other reason is, when you buy new, you get a whole lot more tech. You know, where I'm talking 2013, they didn't start putting the cameras all around everything until late 2015. So I'm going to miss out on that, which also means I'm going to miss out on full self-driving. That poor guy has a low front tire. You know, as well as some other tech. Where I live, it gets cold, and I know that, I don't know what year, but I know that it was later on when they started adjusting how the battery gets preconditioned so that you get a lot better range and performance in cold weather. That is an issue for me. Of course, the other thing is just battery life. You know, full state of charge declining throughout the age of the battery. I'm not too concerned about that, because again, we're talking like 3 or 4%, 4 or 5%. It's not that big of a deal to me. So those are the biggest cons. And my rebuttal to each one of those cons, first of all, the warranty. Guess what, dudes? I've never owned a car under warranty. Like, the repairs, I've always had to pay for repairs. That's how the rest of us live. And there is some validity to his argument, because the repairs on a Tesla, even a used Tesla, are going to cost more. When there are repairs, they are going to cost a lot more than on a Toyota. And it's just because Tesla is still considered a luxury vehicle. So repairs are going to cost more. If you're coming from an Audi, if you're coming from a Beamer, maybe not. But if you're coming from a 2005 Highlander, yeah, you're going to be spending a little bit more. That's okay. That's part of the deal. But the warranty thing doesn't necessarily scare me that much. Less tech. I mean, a lot of arguments are, look, full self-driving isn't even a thing right now. Isn't even a reality right now. That's a red light. Oh, man. There was a highway patrolman right there, too. Just dodged a bullet. Full self-driving, that's not even a thing right now, because it's not truly fun. I mean, it seems like right now, really what it is smart cruise control, which a lot of vehicles have, which, by the way, the 2013 has. The biggest thing I'm I'm bummed about with the hardware is I would like Sentry Mode. I think that'd be nice to have the cameras all around and be able to have that security feature. Okay, so I am sacrificing that. Those were my biggest rebuttals against the cons. The pros, the reason why I am kind of looking at that 2013, 2012 maybe, I'd love to get into a 2014, is the biggest, on the spreadsheet, the biggest expense of a Tesla over 3 years is the depreciation. And the older your vehicle is, the less it depreciates, because depreciation is not a linear graph, right? Depreciation swoops. And so the older your vehicle, the less it depreciates year to year, because it already has depreciated, it's already lost its value. So if my goal is to spend as little dollars as possible over what I currently drive, because my vehicle now works, right? I don't have to replace it. So if my goal is to spend as less money as possible, taking into consideration the gamble of maintenance, right? That's the gamble that you take. But assuming that there isn't a huge increase in maintenance, the older the vehicle, the better, because the less money I lose to depreciation. That's pro number one. Another pro is there's less funds sunk into the vehicle, because within reason, the numbers adjust a little bit, but within reason, whether I spend $20,000 on a vehicle or $60,000 on a vehicle, assuming those vehicles are at the same kind of spot in their depreciation curve, I'm still going to spend the same amount of money in insurance and repairs and maintenance over the next 3 years. Now, again, that's not 100% true, but it's more true than quite frankly I would like to admit. So if the cost is all the same, if the amount of money that I'm losing every month is roughly the same, then I would rather only tie up $30,000 instead of $50,000. Because if I have $50,000 to spend, I'd rather tie up 30 and take that 20 and invest it in something else and turn some profit, as opposed to tying up $50,000 into what essentially is on the balance sheet is a liability. Cars aren't investments; they're liabilities. So I've got less money tied up in my balance sheet, and I can take that difference and do something else, right? So those are my biggest pros and cons, and my rebuttals against the cons, and my counterpoints to the pros. If you think I'm right on target, let me know. If you think I'm way off, let me know, but tell me where. Tell me where my numbers are wrong, tell me where my thinking's wrong. And that's it for this video. Feel free to subscribe so that you get notified when I release other videos, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks a lot. See you later.